Hello, Happy New Year and welcome to another video. In this video we're going to run further tests on the Pico W controller PCB. I will show you the setup and run the code from part 1 of the Raspberry Pi / Pico W BLE tutorial series. I will link the GitHub repo in the description as well as the Medium article that references the test I did. Let's get started. To begin, here I have my Raspberry Pi set up like I did last time with my Raspberry Pi / Pico W BLE series, and I have everything set up. I already have Bleak ready to go in the virtual environment, and we'll be using it as our central device. Here I have the Pico W on Thani, and it's now mounted on the PCB rather than using the breadboard. So I'm going to use the pi-receive.py code. Now I renamed this on GitHub, but it's pretty much the same code that I used. This one receives data, and it also blinks the LED when it's connected. And that's pretty much it for this one. For this code, it's pretty much the exact same code I ran last time, where it sends data to the Pi, so nothing else has changed here. I also have this one where it sends timestamps to the Pi. So again, nothing has changed here at all. So what we're going to do is we're going to test this to make sure that the PCB works. So we'll be back and we'll get started on the demos. Alright guys, as you can see, it's working. Although I don't know why it's repeating numbers. However, we at least are getting something working here. So it is working. As you can see, the Pico is connected, although I'm not sure why it's repeating this. However, despite that, we at least are getting it to work, so that's a good thing. So I'm going to stop the Pico, and I'm going to stop the Pi. We're going to move on to the next demo. And as you can see, it did repeat numbers, but I'm not too worried. So my guess is it's probably having to do with the BLE. So next, let's run the same code. Now we're going to run BLE 2. So let's run this. Then we'll run the same code again. Alright, so it is running, although again it is repeating the code. But my guess is this has to do with the message count, which is not a big deal. So it is working just fine, and it is showing the timestamp. Although I could probably fix the formatting here, it does show that the PCB is working with the basics. So let's stop things right here. And I'll stop the Pi next. Alright, so the demos were mostly a success. So based on the test now, we can see that the code ran on the PCB just fine. So the basics now work. Next time we will test the code for bidirectional communication, and then we will test this on the temperature sensor. Then we will test the potentiometer, and then finally button control. So Happy New Year, and I'll see you next time.